Barbell back squat. The barbell back squat is one of those moves that could be a whole 10-minute video itself, so I'll keep this simplified. As we engage with the bar, we want to always make sure we are underneath of it completely, especially as we're taking it out and putting it back into the rack. The principles of this move is make sure you create a shelf with your shoulders so you can have a slight roundness, but mind you, this is from me locking my ribs down more and not just hunching my back over with shoulders and everything. It should be just the ribs, shoulders should stay back and engaged. As I go down, the first thing I want to think of is hip hinge, and then I'm going to act like I'm sitting in a chair that's far behind me. Sometimes it is good to have a box behind you as a target to hit. So it would be hip hinge, and then sit down into a chair that's behind me. As you're first learning this, you'll find that you might feel like you're falling backwards. That's okay, just take note of that to where you feel the weight fully in your foot, not too much on the heel, and not too much in the balls of your feet. Before going down for the squat, you want to make sure you're bracing your core. The way I'm going to do that, again, simplified version, is breathing in, so I create pressure in my diaphragm, so I'm breathing in through my stomach, and then tighten up my core. That way all of this is engaged with pressure. I'm going to maintain that as I do the hip hinge. One area that I see often mistaken is as we're coming up, we can tend to rock forward on our toes and then try to settle back out on our heels. In the transition point, make sure you take your time and keep all the weight in your full foot. If you feel the toes coming up, think big toe into the ground. If you feel your heels coming up, think sit back into a chair. So as I'm going down, I should be sitting back. As I'm coming up, I should be sitting back. As I'm getting the bar out of the rack, like I mentioned, you want to stay under it. So I will get fully underneath the bar with a split stance, press up, and then walk away from the bar a safe enough distance that I'm not going to be rubbing into the rack. When I'm coming in, it's going to be the same idea. Walk all the way into the bar, and then release the weight. As I'm editing this video, I realized I totally forgot to say twist the ground. So as you're going down, think twist through the floor without moving your feet so the knees will stay parallel to those toes. It doesn't have to be so far like this, but make sure that they're twisting enough so that the knees are pointing in the direction of the feet. Wider the feet, the more the twist.